into a large tank of drinkable water off to the side. "Your original inventions have become something of a subject of study for the more scholarly elves among us," Iliel explained. "You and Max seem to have a never-ending flood of strange ideas." When I'd come to this world, I hadn't been alone. I'd arrived with Sam, Dean, Mac, and a couple of elves. While I was separated from Sam and Dean, my AI companion Mac was still by my side and had been an invaluable companion for operating the ship that brought us here, known as the Wanderer. While we couldn't get it to budge from its landing zone, it had plenty of other features. It was just making me work to use them. "You don't know the half of it," I said proudly. "Where I came from, there were cities that would make the capital of Deania look like a small village. Now that we're finally safe and have some real elf power to work with, I think we'll be able to start putting some of that knowledge to use." "Then I'll have to look forward to what the Hearthwood can become," Sava said. "You can do more than look forward to it," Iliel said. "There's a council meeting tonight. With Theo living in the capital, this is one of the few chances we'll have to be together in the Hearthwood again." I made my way up to one of the tallest trees left in the settlement. It looked like an ancient giant, casting half the town in the shade of its leaves. Truthfully, though, the tree had been grown just a few short weeks ago, and pumped full of so much nature zeal it seemed like the thing had been growing for 100 years. Now it was more than large enough to hold a room as large as an amphitheater, nestled between its branches, which is exactly what the Riverweed tribe had done to make our new council chambers. "It looks like there's more than a table in here," I remarked as I glanced around. Sava's sister Katiana was hovering around a massive circular ring-shaped table and smiled at my entrance. "That's because it is," Katiana explained as she shot a glance at the rows of seats behind us. "We've had to expand the room several times since the original council last held a session." "What for?" I asked curiously. "The Hearthwood clan has grown significantly. The councillors can no longer perform the duties of their office themselves. Every one of us has an entire team at our disposal to keep the Hearthwood running smoothly and efficiently. There's a lot of work to be done, but thanks to our recent victories, many of our people are flush with wealth. Money is changing hands quickly, as elves turn coin into strength by buying cultivation equipment, or valuable potions from the alchemists we're quickly becoming famous for. With money comes power, underlings, and people who want to be very involved in our political process." "What potion sells the best?" Sava demanded. Katiana laughed. "The one-star wound-melding tincture sells the most bottles each month. But I think something like that is beneath your notice, Sava. After all, with Theo you can harvest vitality and make as many 2- or 3-star vitality potions as you want. Just one of those would earn you more than 100 wound-mending tinctures." Elves rarely produced males, and human males were particularly rare and valuable to elves. I wasn't sure why, but my human body produced vitality in abundance, which was a vital ingredient to elves both for their cultivation and for making more elves. The fact that Sava, Iliel, and the rest of the Hearthwood matriarchs were able to ascend to the true mage realm could be at least partially credited to the power they gained by tapping my body. Not that the process of donating vitality had been painful in any way. Far from it. That was a task usually done behind a closed door and between a set of sheets. With the natural beauty bestowed on every elf by their race and the nature of their magic, I suspected every hot-blooded human man would help themselves cultivate in this manner as much as possible. Sava grumbled at Katiana's words, but she knew it really wouldn't be fair for a true mage and a 4-star alchemist like her to brew potions meant for heart-wielders and mage acolytes. Besides, with the potions in her repertoire, she had a million better ways to spend her time. The rest of the council, both new and old, filed into the room. Even with twice the number of people, the room still felt large. That's when other elves started entering. Some of them were elves I recognized, like Mala the Tailor or Grotkins, our only hobgoblin resident. Other faces were entirely new to me. "What's everyone doing here?" I asked curiously as I took my seat at the head of the table. "This is a public council meeting," Katiana explained. "Everyone seated behind us is a citizen of the Hearthwood, gathered to watch the council meeting. Most of them are influential shopkeepers with a stake in our local politics, and they're eager to hear what's decided tonight." I shrugged and nodded thoughtfully. Then it